Why did the animated news people even bother to satirize Christine O'Donnell when she just put out her own commercial in which she did a great job of satirizing herself? That's next, but first get out your pitchforks and torches. Time for tonight's worst. Bronze to the author, whom we shall not name. Turns out the book thrown at the president Sunday was thrown not in anger, but in a very narrow form of marketing. The author, a self-admitted neurotic, decided the easiest way to get Mr. Obama to read his book was to nearly wing him in the head with it. He will not be charged. Which reminds me to tell you that my new book, Pitchforks and Torches, will be in stores in 2 weeks. I will not be throwing it at anyone, though there is always the chance it may start flying off the shelves. Our runner-up, Alaska Senate Tea Party candidate Joe Miller, having been caught in the hypocrisy of claiming federal unemployment checks are unconstitutional when his own wife got unemployment after being laid off from a temp job he had gotten her. Having been caught in the hypocrisy of seeking to restrict Medicaid and Medicare when his own family got it, Mr. Miller held a news conference to announce, "You can ask me about background, you can ask me about personal issues. I'm not going to answer. I'm not." Mr. Miller also claimed the media was guilty of, quote, journalistic impropriety, which apparently means they deviated from his script. But our winner, Kentucky Senate Tea Party candidate Rand Paul, is getting a little pouty that some people seem to be opposed to his election. The latest to stump for Democrat Jack Conway, President Clinton. Paul's response ripped from today's headlines, if today is October 12, 1998. "I'm not sure I would trust a guy who had sexual relations with an intern. I mean, do you think he's an honorable person? I think that's disgusting. Get to the point where we discount what he says. They complain they want all these workplace rules. Think there ought to be a law against using the prerogatives of your position, your power, of your job, to have relations with an intern? I think that's disgusting. Get to the point where we discount what he says. He showed himself less than honorable in office." Here's Mr. Paul, who rather than getting actually board certified as an ophthalmologist, created his own board and certified himself. Here's Mr. Paul, who said that part of the settled law of this country, the Civil Rights Acts of the 60s, shouldn't apply to private businesses and that you shouldn't have to sell a sandwich to a black man. I mean, you think he's an honorable person? I think that's disgusting. Get to the point where we discount what he says. Rand Paul, Republican Tea Party candidate for Senate from Kentucky, today's worst person in the world.
This is an MSNBC special. White House in crisis. Here is Keith Olbermann.